Alex apologized. The mood in their home slowly started to improve. There was still some worry about his job, but the tension between him and Olamma had lessened. It felt like a heavy burden had been lifted from both of them, and for the first time in months, they felt like a team again. Alex spent more time at home during his unexpected suspension, using the break to think about his next steps and help Olamma however he could. He started working at the fabric shop at first just to stay busy, but over time, he realized he actually liked being there. The customers were nice, and watching Olamma in action, running the shop, talking to people, and handling others made him admire her even more. She was a natural businesswoman, and the shop had become an important part of their community. Gradually, Alex stopped seeing the shop as a reminder of his own failures and began to see it as something they had built together. One afternoon, as they sat in the shop during a quiet moment, Olamma looked up from her ledger. "Alex, you've been doing a really good job here," she said, her voice full of pride. "The customers like you, and you've been such a big help with the account." Alex smiled, feeling a warmth he hadn't felt in a long time. "Thanks, Olamma. I didn't think I would enjoy it at first, but it's actually nice being part of this. I can see why you love it so much." Olamma smiled back, her eyes bright with affection. "I've always wanted us to work together, Alex. This is our shop, and now with you here, it really feels like we are building something even stronger." Alex nodded, feeling a sense of pride that did not come from competition or jealousy. It was the kind of pride that came from working towards something bigger than himself, something for the family. As weeks passed, they started talking about how to grow the business. Olamma had been thinking about opening another branch in a different part of the city. With Alex's background in management and accounting, they realized they had the right skills to make it happen. The idea of expanding the business excited both of them, and for the first time in a while, Alex felt like he had a purpose again. But just as things were starting to get better, Alex got the news he had been dreading. One morning, while they were opening the shop, his phone rang. It was his manager from the accounting firm. Alex's heart pounded as he stepped outside to take the call. "Alex," his manager started, "I have some bad news. After reviewing your case, the company has decided to let you go. The mistakes in the report were serious, and we had to make some tough decisions." Alex felt his stomach drop. He had known this could happen, but hearing it still felt like a hard blow. "I understand," he said quietly, his throat tightening. "Thank you for letting me know." After a few more formalities, Alex hung up and stood there in silence, staring at the phone in his hand. He felt a mixture of emotions: disappointment, fear, an overwhelming sense of failure. But as he stood there, he also realized something else. This wasn't the end. It was a setback, yes, but it didn't have to define him. Alex took a deep breath and walked back into the shop. Olamma looked up, concern etched on her face. "Alex, what's wrong?" "I've been fired," he said. Olamma's face softened with empathy. She stood up and walked over to him, wrapping her arms around him in a comforting embrace. "I'm so sorry, Alex. But remember, this doesn't change anything. We are still in this together." Alex held her close, feeling the warmth of her love and support. For so long, he had feared losing his job, thinking it would mean losing everything. But now, with Olamma by his side, he realized that wasn't true. He still had his family, and they still had their future. "Thank you, Olamma," he whispered, holding her tightly. You are right. This isn't the end. It's just a new beginning. Olamma pulled back slightly, looking up at him with a gentle smile. Exactly. And we'll figure it out, just like we always do. Maybe this is a sign that it is time for us to focus on the shop full time. Alex nodded, feeling a strange sense of peace. Maybe it is. I am ready to put my energy into it, to really make it something we are both proud of. Over the next few days, Alex and Olamma threw themselves into planning for the shop's expansion. They met with suppliers, scouted potential locations for the new branch, and even discussed hiring more staffs to help with the growing demand. For the first time in a long while, Alex felt excited about the future. He had let go of the pride and insecurity that had once weighed him down, and in its place, he found a new sense of purpose, one that was rooted in partnership, not competition. As they sat together one evening, sketching out ideas for the new shop, Alex looked over at Olamma, his heart filled with gratitude. You've always believed in us, haven't you? He said softly. Olamma smiled, her eyes twinkling with love. Always, Alex, and I always will. Alex reached out for her hand, holding it tightly. Thank you for standing by me, even when I don't deserve it. I am ready now to build this together. Olamma leaned over and kissed him gently on the cheek. We are getting started. As the days turned into weeks, Alex was fully involved in the fabric business. At first, it was difficult to shift his mind from the rigid world of accounting to the fluidity of running a business, especially one that revolved around creativity and customer service. But Olamma guided him with patience, teaching him how to manage all aspects of the business. Soon enough, Alex found that his background in accounting gave him an edge in handling the finances, keeping the books and strategizing for their future growth. One morning, as they sat in their living room going over the previous month's sales, Olamma smiled and looked up at Alex. You know, Alex, I'm really proud of you. You've adapted so well. The way you've been managing the accounts and planning for expansion. I couldn't have done this without you. Alex replied with a smile in his face. I should be the one thanking you. If it weren't for you, I would probably still be wallowing in self-pity, complaining about my job. You have shown me that there is more to life than just chasing a paycheck. Olamma reached across the table and took his hand. We are a team, Alex, and I'm so glad we've come to this point where we are truly working together. Alex nodded. Speaking of which, we need to talk about the new shop. I found a great location in Surulere that I think will be perfect for our second branch. It's in a busy area with lots of foot traffic, and it's close to several fashion houses that could be potential clients. Olamma's eyes lit up with excitement. That sounds amazing. We've been getting so many custom orders lately, especially from tailors and designers. This could really help us grow. They spent the rest of the evening discussing the logistics of the new branch, hiring staffs, getting up suppliers, and how they would divide their responsibilities. Alex would handle the financial and expansion plans, while Olamma continued to oversee the creative and operational aspects. For the first time in their marriage, they were both fully aligned, working towards a common goal without any underlying tension or competition. It felt liberating for Alex, who had finally let go of the need to be in control or to feel like the sole breadwinner. He realized that his identity wasn't tied to his job title or salary, but to the family and future he was building with Olamma. One evening, after a particular busy day at the store, Alex and Olamma sat outside their balcony watching the sunset. The children had already gone to bed, and the house was quiet, giving them a rare moment of peace. Do you ever think about how far we've come? Olamma asked, leaning her head on Alex's shoulder. Alex smiled and nodded. Every day, it feels like a lifetime ago when I was so obsessed with my job and competing with you. Now, I can't imagine going back to that mindset. Olamma laughed softly. I knew you'd come around eventually. You just needed to see that there is nothing wrong with us both being successful. We are stronger together. Alex sighed, feeling a sense of contentment that had eluded him for so long. You've always been right. I was just too stubborn to see it. Olamma raised her head and looked at him with a playful smile. Well, better late than never, right? Alex laughed and said, absolutely. The day finally came to open their second branch in Surulere. The shop was strategically located in the busy market area, surrounded by boutiques, fashion houses, and fabric vendors. It was the perfect place to expand their reach, and Alex had negotiated an excellent deal on the lease. The new shop was bigger than their first, with enough space to display a wider variety of fabrics and even offer a section for customer orders. On the day of the grand opening, Olamma stood in front of the shop, cutting the ribbon with a wide smile on her face. To new beginnings, she said as she cut the ribbon, and the small crowd that had gathered clapped and cheered. Alex watched her from a distance, feeling a mixture of pride and admiration. He had always known Olamma was talented, but seeing her in her elements, managing the business with such confidence and grace, made him appreciate her even more. That night, as they sat together at the dining table with their children, Olamma raised her glass of juice. To us, she said, smiling at Alex, for believing in this dream and making it happen. Alex clinked his glass against hers. To us, he echoed, feeling a sense of gratitude for how far they had come as a team. He knew that without Olamma's persistence and vision, they wouldn't be sitting there celebrating the success of their second shop. As the months went by, their fabric business became a household name in Lagos. Customers from all over the city came to their shop, not just for the high-quality fabrics, but also for the excellent customer service and personalized attention that Olamma had become known for. They started receiving custom orders from fashion designers who wanted exclusive fabrics for their collections. As they sat together in their living room, reviewing the latest financial reports one evening, Alex looked over at Olamma and smiled. You know, I never imagined we would come this far. Olamma laughed softly. Neither did I. But we've worked hard and we've done it together. Alex nodded, feeling a deep sense of contentment. I'm glad I finally listened to you. I was so caught up in my own ego that I couldn't see what was right in front of me. You've always been right. We are stronger together. Olamma squeezed his hand and smiled. We still have a long way to go, but we are on the right path. And no matter what happens, we will face it together. Hello, my favorite people. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And please drop your opinion and comments in the comment section. See you in the next video. Bye.